I heard he was, but I don't think he was even on the bench.
Oh, well, that might be why I didn't bring him on there.
Yeah. I don't think you're allowed to.
Well, we're on the go, mate. He's not here.
Here we go. It's Pompey Podcast, and Dan's here. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Mike.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. I'm very good. Very, very good. How are you?
Good. I'm good, thank you.
Excellent. And we are here to review the Charlton game. I think it's a kind of reflection on our season, how it's gone so far, that we're all pretty disappointed to have not won that game, which we should have won comfortably. Were you not?
No.
You did say it would be a draw, didn't you?
I know. I said I'd be happy with the draw, didn't I?
Yeah, but the manner of it. The
manner. I know, but don't.
So let's get straight into it, shall we? We will talk about other things a little bit later on, but let's go straight into it. Go on, Charlton at home at the weekend, 2-2, as we all know, 93rd minute equaliser. View from the stands, Dan.
Well, that was the best atmosphere down Fratton Park this season so far. And I just thought it was a really good game. I thought that was why I wasn't too disheartened with the fact they scored late. Because I thought we played well, we created a lot of chances. It wasn't like one of those games where we just got a couple of goals and that was it. You know, we could have had more. So yeah, it was a shame.
Too disheartened?
No, I wasn't, because it's 7 defeats in a row, like we said, against them at home. And I said I wanted a draw before the game. And we played well, so that's why I wasn't too upset. But yes, it was.
But the way the game panned out, particularly the second half.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought, because I thought we started off first 5 or 10 minutes was the most up for it I've seen us start a game the whole season. And I thought we were really good. And then I thought Charlton were really good for 15, 20 minutes. They took control of it and played
Probably
really
should have scored a couple at that stage as well, shouldn't they?
Yeah, really? Should have scored a couple.
They created a couple of really good chances.
Yeah. 2 or 3 good individuals on their team. And then we got the goal just before half time. And then I thought we controlled it for the rest of the game. The whole of the second half, I thought we were really good.
Yeah.
And just the 2 silly mistakes. All
the time it was still 1-0. You always felt there was a chance for them, didn't you?
Yeah. And I'm just still not sure. Even when we went 2-1 up, I'm still just not sure about the tactics, about the substitutions, and then the negative. Yeah, I mean, it's the Gavin White thing. I just don't know.
What does he bring to the team?
What does he bring to the team, Mike? This is what I was screaming at pitch side the other day.
I imagine you were more upset about Gavin White coming on than you were at the 93rd minute equaliser.
Well, it's just like as soon as you see movement over at the touchline, you're like, well, this is going to be Gavin White, and it will be Kamara or Lane coming off.
Yeah.
And I thought Lane was doing really well.
Yeah, I thought Lane was excellent.
Yeah, somebody said, oh, yeah, they took him off because he was injured. Well, he did. He was holding his back at one point, but I think that's just where he got a knock on it. And it's just, I don't know, it's just sort of like something in his contract, isn't it? To just take Lane off and put White on, because White just does fuck all. He just does nothing. He came on and missed that header from a yard out, which would that have been 2-1 or 3-1?
That'd have been 3, I think, wouldn't it?
That would have been 3-1, wouldn't it?
3-1.
And he missed that from a yard out. Yes, it was a good save, but if you're heading towards goal from 2 yards out, you've got to score. You've got to score. You put it straight to the keeper. And then I think the other thing was he had the ball with about 10 seconds to go, and we were in a promising position. He just did a terrible pass and kicked it out for a goal kick.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the guy. I don't like to. What's his name? What's the guy that played for us last season on the wing?
Owen Dale.
Yeah, I don't like to Owen Dale him, but he just. What does he contribute, Mike?
The difference with Dale is, at least with Dale, you could see he was trying.
Well, yeah.
And you can see there's a lot of energy there. And I'm not saying that Gavin White doesn't try. It just he does. It's definitely not working for him, is it? And I think even Mousinho came out in the week, didn't he, before the Charlton game and said, look, he'll come good. He will come good. there's obviously, you know, he's just not hit the ground running as yet, but he will come good. It's difficult for us to see that because obviously what we've seen of him is misplaced passes and bad decisions and not really a lot else.
Yeah, I mean that's it. It's not a lot else. I mean, Kamara's not a fantastic player. He's a good player, but he like on Saturday he wasn't the best player on the pitch, but he still scored the goal, put us in the lead, and he did a couple of nice touches, a couple of good balls. But with White, you can't even pick one thing out, can you?
No.
Yeah,
no.
he did,
The only thing I remember of him so far, this is
now.
genuine. The only thing I remember of him this season, and I can't remember who it was against. I think it might have been one of the early draws where we were going for that period of just drawing games we should be winning, and he had a good chance around about 40 minutes in and dragged it wide. And that's the only thing and even that obviously wasn't positive because he should have scored.
No.
But that's the only thing the whole of this season so far. I even remember thinking a couple of his misplaced passes during the game against Charlton, thinking you're going to laugh at that. That'll be noted.
Yeah. I know, but I just don't see. I just think when you because he was our signing. He was
he was the headline,
wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just think he's been the worst out of the lot. Anyway, it's not.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good game. Really good game.
Yeah. And I thought a lot of good performances in there. As we said, Lane, I thought was very good. I thought Bishop had a good game. Should have scored a hat-trick, actually. But and I thought Raggett, did all right, actually.
Raggett was really good. Raggett did really well.
In the back end, I also thought Rafferty had a good game, but I don't know how you feel about this. But I thought his movement was pretty good, especially going forward in the first half. But Robertson, I thought was incredible. Well, not incredible, but he was probably the best player. Well, he's main man of the match. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. I thought he was really good. I thought he seems to be getting better and better, doesn't he? More confident, stronger. And some of the little bits of skill, and he just looked all round really good. And I saw a lot of the Man City in him at the weekend. I just thought him sort of driving with the ball.
Yeah. I really like the fact that when he gets the ball, his first thing is his first movement is to turn towards goal more often than not, and just look for a forward pass. And I think that's something we've lacked, isn't it, in recent years? Is that we've not really had that dynamism. Is that the right word? I don't know. But just kind of like the mentality of okay, we want to be going towards that goal. And I think he does it more often than not. The ball comes to him, he kind of head up. He seems to be quite aware of what's around him as well. So. Uses the space well. But him and Morel get a nice little partnership, I think.
Yeah, really good. I thought he might bring Pack on as well. I thought he might sort of. I don't know whether he was waiting.
I don't think he was on the bench. Was he? Was he on the bench?
Yeah, I think he was back, wasn't he? Oh,
I thought he was. I heard he was, but I don't think he was even on the bench.
Oh, well, that might be why I didn't bring him on there.
Yeah. I don't think you're allowed to.
On you go, mate. He's not here.
He's wearing his tracksuit.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll edit that bit out then, so I don't look complete to us. Yeah. Oh, I thought he was back. I could have sworn people around me were saying that he was back as well. But
they mentioned Thursday or Friday that he was fit to play. But I imagine they can only assume there was some sort of late fitness test that meant he wasn't fit enough. Because I thought he might even start.
I thought he would either start, or then I thought Devlin would come off at half time or just after half time and then put Packham in there. But
okay. So on the subject of Devlin, how do you feel about Devlin?
I thought he was okay. He didn't have his best game, I don't think. He sort of
he'll get better, won't he?
Definitely. Sure. Yeah, large periods when he's not involved. And he's not the sort of player that's going to score a 30-yard pole driver. I think he's very similar to Morel, isn't he? And that he's a sort of ball winner.
Yeah, I don't think he's number 10, is he? I don't think technically he's good enough for that role. He covers a lot of ground. He gets stuck in a lot, but doesn't seem to have a bit of finesse when it's needed. So I think it'd be quite good when Pack is back, that it would make sense for Robertson to move back into that 10 role.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a nice little trio in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but Devlin did all right. He did all right, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did okay.
Yeah. What are your well, there was a couple of things that I wrote down. One was the Leeburn foul on Raggett off the ball. I don't know whether you saw that, whether they replayed that on TV or not, but that was quite nasty. I thought that could have quite easily been a red card.
Yeah.
However, saying that, I thought the referee was pretty good actually.
He's probably one of the best we've had this season, actually, isn't he?
Yeah, and even when there was a stoppage, and a lot of it seemed to be happening where we were sat, he was talking to the players, and you could see he got on with the players quite well. And I could hear some of the things he was saying, and he wasn't like one of those dismissive referees, sort of go away business. He was just chatting to the players and just explaining decisions and stuff. Like that. Yeah. But I thought he was good. But I thought that could have easily been a red card. I just thought he jumped into Raggett. Raggett was off the ground. He jumped himself off the ground and took him out. And the referee saw it. I only say this because I saw some Charlton fans were complaining about the referee and saying that a lot of the things went against them, which I thought was. I guess they're talking about the possible penalties. I don't know, because that's Milton End and it's hard to see. There was a shot very close to someone which could have been a handball.
Oh, the one I think Raggett kind of had his arm slightly away from his body, didn't he? I think it's one of those. If you've got the VAR, it probably would have been given because. But I think to see it in real time, it's difficult. Because I certainly didn't see it at the time. I know one of the players right next to it kind of appealed, didn't he? And when you saw it again, it looked possible. It looked like impossible. Yeah, it looked like he might have. I think he kind of jumped for a corner with his arm out a little bit. Kind of might have brushed his chest. It might have brushed his arm. You couldn't really tell. It certainly wasn't clear. It would be difficult for a referee to give that unless they're absolutely sure. But other than that, I thought the referee did all right. I think he could have quite easily. The assault on Lane for the penalty was pretty horrendous. I know you can't have double jeopardy, but it was kind of out of control a bit, I think, wasn't it? Keeper had no attempt to get the ball.
Yeah, did he book him for that or not?
No, he didn't even. No, that's the thing. He didn't even book it. I think it was a borderline red. It probably wasn't a red because of the penalty had been given, but it's definitely a booking, wasn't it? I thought the referee kind of let a lot of things go, which probably should have been bookings.
There's one Morel
once he'd done it with the
one Morel sat on someone, didn't he? He did some sort of wrestling move on someone. Because play carried on, he didn't book him when it stopped, did it? I thought he was definitely going to get a yellow. He's going to say, right, I'll let play on, but I'm giving you a yellow card now. But he didn't. He just sort of said something to him as he walked past. So
that was ridiculous. But so I suppose it's for the same for both teams, really. But I thought he was okay. Did all right. But it's just the chances we missed, wasn't it? It's just the chances that went begging. We had loads in the second half. I suppose if you're a Charlton fan, you could say the same in the first half because I thought they had a couple of decent chances that one they put over, one was cleared off the line, I think, by Rafferty when Norris had kind of fumbled it a little bit. The chances we had in the second half, we should have been out of. What's that?
Norris then. Yeah, go on then. The chances,
No, it's just the one that Bishop hit the crossbar from about 6 yards out. Should have bet, I know it came down to him slow, but he not ordinarily would bury that, wouldn't he? Norris, go on. I know that Massinho said he doesn't want to point fingers at Norris, and he's done all right so far this season.
No, well, he had a shocker, didn't he?
He didn't have his best game, did he?
I didn't realise how bad the first goal was until I saw that back as well. I knew the second goal was bad because it was a weak header anyway, and you saw that it sort of went underneath him. But even the Charlton fans, a lot of them saying on social media that guy that scored, they were basically saying, "How on earth could you let him score? He's shit," and all this lot.
He did look pretty shocked to have scored, didn't he?
Yeah, and then I saw the first goal back, and I just thought he should such a tight angle, and he should never be squeezing it in there. But
got to be covering that near post, didn't you? It's your basic goalkeeping, isn't it? It's the first thing you teach kids as goalkeepers. Don't get beat on your near post. Make them go across you. And if they do score in near post, then it's kind of criminal, really, isn't it? But it's unfortunate. I thought do you know what? I think he's been good for most of the season. I thought he plucked a couple of nice balls out of the air, but he did. I think he did. You've got to question his positioning on both those goals, haven't you?
Yeah. I thought,
Swanson, you've got to question as well a little bit, I suppose, on the second one. But
why did he bring? I know Alfie May came over to the right, and that's what I was saying to my son about that Alfie May. He was going, "Oh, he's really annoying, that guy that plays up front for Charlton." And I was saying, yeah, but that's why he's such a good player. I said, because he's the sort of player you want on your team, because he doesn't stop running. He's irritating, little rat, isn't he? And he just doesn't keep always talking to the ref, always winding people up, chases down every ball, and gets a goal like that, But yeah, that's what I think. He moved over to the right, didn't he? He did, And is that why he bought Swanson on then?
I'm not sure if that's why he bought him on, because he moved Sparks further forward, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's the reason why. Is Swanson particularly quicker? I'm not sure. I just think he went for a more defensive lineup. So he obviously still had Sparks on, who is effectively a defender, but moved him a little bit further forward. But that's the only thing I can think is that, again, it's that protecting that lead, isn't it? When you're inviting the pressure.
Yeah.
We've spoken
that's
about
what I mean. Yeah. I mean, I thought we were quite comfortable. I mean, they were dangerous first half, but they didn't look dangerous second half. And I just thought we were inviting it again, bringing Swanson on and taking off both of our winners.
Yeah, it's always a bit dodgy, I think, isn't it? Especially when you play a right back at left back. I think it's kind of. I know people say fullback's fullback, but A, you on your weaker foot, and B, I think when you're defending, particularly, I think that showed, didn't it? Defending at the far post, when you're a right back, you kind of you get your wits about where you are, don't you, from a right back position. Now you're kind of putting it into a mirror image, and I know, again, as a professional footballer, that doesn't sound as if it's that much, but I think it must be tricky if you're used to being on the right.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking like nonsense.
Well, I don't. Well, you're probably not, because that's what they do, isn't it? That's what he does in training. Well, I guess I'm sure they probably practice both positions, but yeah, if you've played there predominantly, then it is different, isn't it? And I wrote down quite a few. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, go on. You've written
I was going to say I wrote down quite a few social media comments.
Okay, well, yeah, it's funny enough. That's what I was going to come on to. Go on.
Oh, okay. So I've got a few on Norris, and then a few on the subject of Paul.
Okay.
So the Norris ones I've got was we need a replacement for Norris.
Okay.
After that game, we need a replacement for Norris.
Yeah.
Norris needs dropping. He's making so many mistakes, and his mistakes are so costly. Singular mistake.
Singular. Yeah.
I thought that was my spelling mistake, wouldn't it? Yeah. And then, sadly, he is our weakest link. He makes a mistake every match, and on Saturday he made 2 horrors. Yes, others should be blamed, but how he let the first in is beyond me. But the second's even worse. I have played back all the games this season, and he has a big problem on his left side. So this chap has played back every single game.
Every game.
Yeah, and has noted that Norris has problems on his left side. Oh, and also there was another one. What a team shit. Which was just one whole sentence. What a team shit. So these are all Pompey fans as well.
Yeah.
So this is after the Charlton game.
We are having quite a bad season, though, Dan, to be fair.
Well, we are, yeah.
We I saw, unfortunately I didn't know them, but I saw a few comments after the Chesterfield game saying how shocking it was that we bothered. It's completely, why do we play a full strength team? Blah 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 blah. The injuries were avoidable and all that sort of thing. And then I saw a few people, of course, blaming the Eisners, because it's the Eisners' fault for not having a deep enough squad because they wouldn't put their hands in their pocket. One person said more Disney dollars needed in January. And I think the same person actually said, if I was a millionaire like them, we'd have been out of this league years ago. It's like, okay,
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. I kind of understand we have been in this league for too long. I get that.
Yeah.
But we've lost in the FA Cup. We lost to a better team, and we were poor on the day. That's the only time we've been poor this season. I think we started the season slow, but I think we're actually playing nice football now. And although we drew at the weekend, it's not a draw like last year, or even at the beginning of the season when we drew to Bristol Rovers or to Cheltenham or someone like that, where you thought, where's the goals coming from? You could see where the goals are coming from. We created a bag load of chances. I think we were 60-40 on possession. We were by far the better team. We were unlucky. And yes, it was a mistake from Norris at the end, but I think he's actually been all right, Norris. Yeah. He's been better than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah. Well, it's like with the chances we've been creating, I saw loads of people saying Bishop needs a rest now. You've got to give Yengi a chance. Bishop he's not the player that he was, and stuff like this. And it's just like, for fuck's sake, the guy's our top scorer. He's been our top scorer for the last season and a half. He's single-handedly won us lots of games over the course of 1.5 seasons. And then
he has a goal every 144 minutes.
He scored. Yeah. And then to say,
it's ridiculous.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, go on.
And just so many people saying about Yengi, and I just don't know. I mean, I never saw Yengi play the first game. Well, no, he only came on a sub, didn't he, against Bristol Rovers and got the equaliser. Yeah. So everyone loved him for that. Then he got the 2 goals against Leighton Orient, and then he scored against Forest Green. Was it in the cup?
Yeah.
Was it
yeah.
And then of course he got injured, but I've seen him since then, and yes, he's come back from an injury, so I don't want to judge him too harshly, but I haven't seen anything that's made me think, wow, this guy really needs to start. He's the man we need up top. So I don't quite agree with the people saying that Bishop needs to be rested and that Yengi needs to come in.
Bishop's past it.
Yeah. I just find it bizarre that people, one draw at home and
suddenly.
But they probably wouldn't be saying the same things if Oxford and Bolton hadn't have won. If they'd both dropped points, a point against Charlton, everyone would have been happy with that, wouldn't they? But it's not the end of the world. We're still unbeaten this season, aren't we? We're still top of the league, having everyone now played the same amount of games. If you look at the form table, last 6 games, we're still second in that. So actually our form is decent. 1-4, drawn 2 in the last 6 games. So I don't think you can really, and again, if you look at the last 10, 1-7, drawn 3. So it's just a little bit of a blip, isn't it? It's a little bit of a blip. Blackpool are up next, and that's at home. So I think in a way it's probably good that the Oxford game has been postponed in a way, because it gives us a chance to kind of regroup, kind of get back, and maybe we'll have a couple of people back, like Pat will almost definitely be back for that game. White will probably be okay to go. Might be nice a bit.
So I think it's good that maybe it's good that we've got that break. Obviously, we want to play them, but there's a potential that we could get congested a little later in the season, but we'll see. On the subject of injuries, so Paul this week was announced that he is out for the season, ACL. No one likes to hear those words, do they? Especially with one of your better players, you don't want to hear the ACL. That's gone.
No, it's great. It went from he'll be fine, he'll be starting on Saturday to oh, he's out for the season. Oh, great. The complete opposite. Well,
the thing that makes me wonder on that, and I'm no medical professional or anything like that, but bearing in mind that Andurin was on crutches immediately, and fair enough, I'm not saying he shouldn't have been, but he was immediately on crutches, whereas Paul was just wandering around with a bit of support, I think. A little bit of support. As I say, I don't know. But surely if there's any suspicion that there could be a serious injury, or even an injury of any sort, surely you want to rest it as much as possible, don't you? You don't want him wandering around in
your son will know. He knows all that business.
Yeah. I have to
him.
Find out. Tell us in the comments, would you walk around with an ACL injury? Undiagnosed? That, by the way, the reason for this, somebody who clearly is a medical professional, again going back to the Twitter, somebody on Twitter did comment that is due to the extra minutes that teams are playing this year. There has been a significantly higher number of ACL injuries this year. Apparently, I personally don't remember any other apart from his, but.
Oh, okay. Maybe what is he? Is he talking about other teams in general? Because that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they're playing an extra 10 minutes. Well, they're playing an extra sort of 15, 20 minutes, aren't they? Every game now.
Yeah.
So it's got to take effect at some point.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I know people will say, well, they are professional footballers. They should be able to handle it. Well, yeah, but they're conditioned to handle 90 to 100 minutes of football, not 120 minutes every. Yeah. But I did write also down some comments about when the Paul injury came out.
Okay.
These were off of social media. So we're done. That's the first one.
Oh, that's it.
We're done.
Yeah.
That's it. We're done.
Full stop.
Oh my fucking God, that's the season done. Playoffs it is then. May as well. Oh, this is my favourite. May as well call the season now. Let's start afresh next year. Oh, well done, mate. Mr. Fucking Happy there. May as well call the season now. Sorry, fella. Is that the League One? Is that the League One bosses? Yeah, we're not coming in this weekend. We're not. We're just going to start fresh next year.
Just finish
call it off.
Mid-table.
Don't even turn up, boys. Yeah. Don't even turn up this weekend. Fuck them on. And then a couple more. Season's over. That's it. Season's over. And promotion's gone. Promotion's gone. Gone.
It's
Cheers, guys. No knee-jerk reactions there, was there?
No.
It's just so. I mean, I was disappointed, but it's just my first thought is, oh, that's a massive loss. He's been a really good player. Who we're going to get to replace him?
And it's a big blow for him as well, because he's obviously just broken into the international scene.
Yeah, of course. But I don't just suddenly think, oh well, that's it then.
We're done.
Yeah, see you later. Rip my shirt off, chuck it on the floor,
burn it. And do you know what I also think is, when I do feel that way, the first thing I want to do is put it straight on social media.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, what's my thought? Stick it on the Twitter.
There you go. Now the world knows that I think we're done.
That's the season done.
It's disappointing. He's a big blow. He's had a great start to the season, hasn't he? But I think we'll be all right.
Do you think it's gonna? I mean, I think Towler, because I was having this chat with my son as well the other day. I think Towler, he's definitely out of favour now, isn't he? I don't think
looks like it. Yeah,
this because he's not even coming on as sub. He's not. I mean, rarely. He's not playing in the cup games. Rarely, he's not playing. He didn't play against. Who was it that I thought he might play against? Oh, it was the FA Cup game, wasn't it? I just don't think he's in favour at all, and I think they're going to have to get someone, aren't they?
It would seem so. It would seem so, but you have. Yeah, I'm not going to compare Raggett with Paul because they're chalk and cheese. Raggett's still a very good, dependable player, but he's not Paul, is he, in any stretch of the imagination? And then you have got Ogilvie, who can also play centre back, but he is a left centre back rather than a right centre back, which is what we kind of need. So maybe we will. Maybe we will need a little loan in there. Don't know.
I think because
Disney dollars need to be brought out, don't they? Disney dollars.
Well, the Irisons need to put their hands in their pockets, don't they?
Yeah.
But I mean, our performances this season are pretty much. I mean, ball goes back to the keeper, goes into the centre halves, and they build it from there. So, but it's whether Raggett can do that on a consistent basis.
I did actually think though that he did all right in that respect this weekend, because it does worry me sometimes when he's got the ball at his feet. I do worry sometimes because I thought he made some pretty decent passes. He made that little run out to the right wing at one stage, didn't he? When the
that's
right. Where you going, Rex? Where you going?
Yeah, I was telling him to shoot from 40 yards out.
Oh yeah, that's
Because
right.
we were winning at that point, weren't we? So it was fun. It was
Total
fun.
pop.
Yeah.
But yeah, because that's the thing. He then wandered out, didn't he? He ran through the middle, and then he wandered out towards the right. And I was thinking, what were you doing? Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, to do it in one game is one thing. To do it consistently, like you said, is another. So week off now due to the internationals. Then we've got Blackpool at home, so it will be the return of Owen Dale if he plays. I don't think he's played that much for them. I don't think he's getting in their side on a regular basis. But are we concerned with Blackpool?
Yeah, I think so. They're not doing too bad now, are they? 8th. And they only narrowly lost to Bolton at the weekend.
Yeah, lost 2 out of the last 3 and only won 1 of the last 5. So they're not in great form, to be fair. They've got Jordan Rhodes, don't they? Everyone loves a bit of Jordan Rhodes.
Jordan Rhodes, yeah. Is old is he playing? He's not, is he? Where is he? Dale substitute.
No, not regularly. Not regularly.
Yeah.
I think we'll return to winning ways there. What do you think?
Well, we're at home.
Yeah.
Big A. That's it. We're at home. That's what I think.
Okay. Yeah. Good
I mean,
analysis.
Yeah. Well, we should. That's the other thing I was going to say is that against all the teams we played this season, all the so-called good teams, we've been better than in every of those games. Derby, Barnsley, Charlton.
Yeah.
So that's why I wasn't too disheartened with that point. So Bolton at home, I mean, Blackpool at home, we should be winning that, shouldn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
So let's just go for my standard 1-0 Bishop penalty.
Bishop penalty, 60 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Josh Mine, what do you know about him? He signed for us today on a free from Norwich City.
I know from what I've read up on him this afternoon that he's going to have to do a lot to get himself on side of the Pompey fans, by the sounds of it. Because I saw a couple of people saying,
really?
"Oh, yeah, it doesn't." I saw a couple of people saying, "Oh, it doesn't really work very hard." And I thought, that's a bit of a concern for a start because you're not going to be able to get away with that down Pram Park. But this is just other fans, isn't it? So it could be somebody that wants to put a bet on him to score and he didn't, so they've got a grudge against him. I saw the what the guy put on Twitter or X of his highlights.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Things, yeah.
Difficult to judge it from a highlights reel.
Yeah.
A lot of people can look good on a highlights reel.
But yeah, I think it's good that we got another winger in.
Yeah. It'd be nice if he's got some pace, because one thing I did notice is we really don't have anyone with pace, do we? Maybe maybe Andrew, I don't really know. I've not really seen him at full pace, but
he's too big, isn't he, Andrew, to be pacey? Too bulky.
Don't know. Okay. I don't know, but we do lack any sort of pace, don't we, throughout the team? Particularly out wide. Anywho, so it's not doom and gloom. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. Who Lane? Is he pacey?
Well, he's
not
middle.
rapid, is he? He's
medium. Yeah, medium pace.
Riddle me this: why is Yengi in the Australian squad and not Robertson?
I don't know.
Positions. I thought Robertson would have been there. Bear in mind he was in their last squad. Not really done much wrong since then, so I think he'd be in again. But
I don't know who have Australia still got up top. Aloisi,
John Aloisi, and Timmy Cahill. Paducah with Timmy Cahill just behind.
Still punching the corner flags. I don't know. So
okay.
No, I don't know. I guess they've got an abundance of quality in centre midfield.
Moy, isn't he Australian? Moy,
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. No, I was trying to think of
Y.
the bald
Moy,
guy.
Aaron
Yeah,
Moy. Who did he
yeah.
play for? Was it Wigan? Was it Wigan? I think it was Wigan, wasn't it?
One of those. One either one.
Huddersfield.
Yeah.
Huddersfield, I think.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's all the same, isn't it? Wigan,
Yeah.
Huddersfield, West Brom,
Yeah.
Stoke, they're all the same.
All rolls into
What
one.
does it matter?
Um,
Yeah.
what does it matter indeed? Okay, right. Play your Pompey Cards Right. Should we do a bit of that? Or
Okay.
whatever
Yeah.
you've got going on. I've got
Well,
a good one for you then.
You can either have play your Pompey Cards Right, or you can have pointless.
Oh, okay. Let's go pointless. I'll go pointless.
Yeah. Okay. So what I've got in the 03-04 season.
Oh, yes. 03-04, right. Yeah.
First season in the Premier League.
Yeah.
There were 7 players. So you got a choice of 7 here. 7 players who played 3 or less Premier League games that season. You just got to name one of them. No, we'll go 2. Or you can have the same thing for the 04-05 season. There were 5 players who made 0 Premier League appearances.
Oh, man.
So you can have 04-05 or 03-04. What do you want to go with? And I can tell you, they're not just all people like Bob Smith.
I'm trying to think of the names of people because I'm trying. So in goal we had Dean Kiley back then, didn't we? Or was it Shaka Hislop?
Names would help. Yeah.
Yeah, names would be good. I'm trying to think of that guy. Wasn't there that guy who came on against Palace and was absolute dog dirt?
Excuse me.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I know who you mean. I can't remember. Yeah.
I think he's one of those players that Redknapp picked up from a video reel, probably similar to Josh Martin's, that made him look like some sort of wizard.
So
okay, here we go.
We'll go with the 03-04, 3 or less, or 04-05, 0 Premier League appearances.
I'm getting confused with who was there at the time. I'm going to go with the 3 or less for that season.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
How many would you like to name out of the 7?
Well, I'd like to name 1. That'd be good.
Okay. You get 1 point for 1 then.
Even the people I can think of wouldn't get many. Would probably have done more than that. But I'm going to go. First one's going to be Ivica Morna.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with him. I think he probably did more than 3 appearances though, didn't he? Who did we have go? It was Hislop in goal, wasn't it? So Dean Kiley's going to be one because I think he was probably our other goalkeeper, and he probably left during that season, I reckon. And then my third, Dean Kiley.
Okay, let me just clarify that these 3 performances are 3 starting performances. Okay, so if they've had,
Morna might be right then.
If they've had substitute performances as well, I'm adding that to the total. Okay, so just to let you know that. So.
Okay. And then
so if you want to change, you can clarify that. Why have you just suddenly gone really loud? You just put the microphone in your mouth or something.
No, microphone's over there.
All right.
Maybe I'll move towards it.
That's how sound works. I
forgot. Oh man. So I could probably tell you our strongest 11 from that season, but backups. Oh, what about only said Ray Daniel then, a little bit after his time. He would have played more than I'm gonna go with anyway. Kevin Harper. All right. Those are my 3. Harper, those are your 3. Morna, okay. Harper, Morna, and Kiley.
Okay. Which one are you most confident about?
Morna, I think.
Okay, so we'll leave him till last then. We'll go with Dean Kiley. I can tell you in the 03-04 season is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I thought he was already gone by then, wasn't he?
So, so that's a no for Dean Kiley. Kevin Harper made 0 starting appearances, but 7 as sub. So I can't give you that one, I'm afraid. And Ivica Mornar was your best chance. And
he's not even that year, is he?
I'm afraid that he made 3 appearances, starting appearances, but 5 as sub.
Oh,
so you were very unlucky. He was very close. He was sort of 8th, 9th, 10th on the list. Mornar, right? You could have had.
Okay, go on.
First one.
Yep.
Sebastian Olsar.
Oh yes, yeah.
Don't even know who that is. Polish forward, apparently. He made 0. Yeah. Carl Robinson with 1 appearance as sub. Dion Burton with 1 appearance as sub. Richard Duffy with 1 appearance as sub. Svetoslav Todorov with 1 appearance in the whole season.
Wow.
Gary O'Neill with 3 appearances in the whole season, and Cernacek with 3. Pavel Cernacek with 3. So your best bets would have been O'Neill and Todorov.
Wouldn't even have thought they would have been so low.
No.
Wow.
So bad luck. You could do 0405 next week if you like. Just don't cheat, because there's some.
Well, I won't cheat. I won't look.
There's some names on there. There's some household names on there.
For you, Dan, I've got to play your Pompey Cards Right, but it's a little bit of a twist. So this is from the championship-winning 02-03 season. And a little bit like this season, we got off to a bit of a flyer. So after beating Nottingham Forest, we then drew with Sheffield United away. And we then had a run of 7 wins. What I need you to tell me is combined total of goals, are they higher or lower than the previous game? So we're starting with the Sheffield United draw, which was 1-1. So 2 goals. Yeah. So you know these are all wins, so you know they're going to be odd numbers.
Okay. So you're going to tell me the games?
Yeah. Next game was Crystal Palace away. Did we score more than 2 goals, or was it combined more than 2 goals?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a 3-2, wasn't it? That was a 3-2 that season, surely. Is that a 3-2? Yeah, I'm going to say more then.
Okay.
Or
it was 3-2.
Yeah.
And it's 5 goals.
Good.
So you're on a good one at the moment. So then Watford at home. Was there more than 5 goals or less?
Watford at home. Did you say they were all wins, or did you say they were just
all wins? Yeah, all wins.
All right, okay.
We went for a run of 7 wins in a row.
Well, it wasn't more than or was it 4, 3? Yeah, that's lower. That was a 2-1, 2-0, 1-0. It was low.
It was 3-0. So you're right to go lower.
Yeah.
3-0, yes. So next up was Grimsby Town away from home. Were there more or less than 3 goals in that? Were there higher than 3 or lower?
3. See, this is the season that I remember the most as well, but I don't even remember Grimsby being in that. So 3. Yeah, I'm gonna go with higher, because we were really good, weren't we? And I just reckon it would have been 3-1, 4-1, or 4-0 or something. No, yeah, go on. I'm going to go higher again.
Higher than 3 goals away from home against Grimsby?
No, I'm going to go lower. It was 1-0. Todorov.
It was 1-0. It was 1-0. It was, the goal scorer was Birchall.
Oh, but
a rare outing for Birchall that season.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to remember this season we didn't sign Yakubu till January, did we? So Birchall might have got a few games early doors.
Yeah.
Okay, final game. Easy one for him, more or less than one go. No, actually, this won't be the final one. We'll do 2 more. So next game was Brighton Hove Albion at home. Did we score more or more than 1 goal?
I remember this. It was 4-2, I think, or 5-2. It was different. No, it was 4-2, because I think we were. I remember where we sat as well. Did you there that game?
I think so.
Sat at the top of the north stand. and Taylor scored in the first half, and it was something like 3-1 at half time, 3-2 at half time, or something. So I'm going to go 4-2. Yeah.
4-2 is correct. Taylor Merson, Todoroff Crow. And final one for you. Bear in mind, just starting with 6 goals. Gillingham away.
Gillingham, that was. We only won. I know we only won 2 games 5-0 away from home. So I can't remember anything like 4-2 or 4-3 or anything. So I think the Gillingham game was probably a small one, a 2-0 or something. 1-0. Yeah, go for that. Lower.
Okay, lower. You are correct. You've completed. It was 3-1. Merson, Birchall, O'Neill. 3-1.
Oh,
very good. Very good. Another good round of Play Cards Right. Do you know, there's no points involved, but do you know who ended that run of 7 victories? Or our opening 9 games unbeaten? It was beaten eventually on the 21st of September. We lost away to...
Oh, was it Preston? No?
No.
Preston. No, I know there was three games we lost away and 3 at home. And it was Sheffield United, we lost both.
Yeah.
So it's Sheffield United. So was it Sheffield United?
Nope.
So it would be, who were the other 2 that we lost? This is good. This is good podcasting. I'm sure. No. I'm sure. Wimbledon. Preston.
No. Sorry, no. Wimbledon was it was after the Wimbledon game. We beat Wimbledon 4-1 at home.
Yeah.
Was that the game when who was the Wimbledon keeper? Was it Hans Sagers? Just let it roll under his foot. No, it was Kevin. It might have been Kevin Davis. Kelvin Davis. There's like a back pass and he just rolled under his foot.
Oh, just give me the Ipswich.
It was that game where it just rolled under his foot. Williams' own goal.
Okay.
Ipswich is close. Ipswich is close.
Oh, then it must be what's close to it. Oh, Norwich. It was Norwich, wasn't it?
Norwich 0-1 away.
Yeah.
0-1. Yes.
Yeah, 3 at home, 3 away. We lost, didn't we?
Yes.
And Sheffield United done the double. Was it? Yeah. Sheffield United, wasn't it?
Yeah. Do you remember the Leicester game when we? Oh no, Leicester was another one we lost at home. Yeah.
We lost that at home, didn't we? Do you remember? Because I said that what Merson
down, wasn't it?
About the ref.
Oh yeah.
Up and he said, "Oh well, if you equalise, I'll call it off."
I'll call it off. Yeah.
Oh,
that's how it works.
Those rules.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Okay, that does conclude. Just before we go, we'll say a quick well done to the Pompey amputees who did pretty well at the weekend at the Champions League. Got to the semi-finals. Beat Paris and Bohemians, but then lost in the league in the group stage. To Sahinbe, and then unfortunately went out 1-0 in the semi-finals to Wisła Krakow. But well done to the amputees. Well done.
Done well.
To the Champions League. Right, we'll be back in 2 weeks, I guess, won't we?
Yeah, a bit long tonight, wasn't it?
It was a bit. It's going to take some time editing that down.
Yeah.
I'll be able to split it into 2 episodes.
Yeah. We got 2 weeks.
Yeah. But yes, thank you very much for following us. We have had massive figures actually on our reels this week. 29,000 interactions and views on our reels. So thanks very much for that. Please do hit the like button every now and then. Just pop the like on there. That kind of helps us out. But you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. It's @PompeyPod. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Facebook is where our audience is at the moment. But yes, thank you if you were one of those 29,000 who interacted with our reels over the last 7 days. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time to review the Blackpool game. Until then, it's bye for now.
Bye.